making headlines. The Environment Minister underscores the crucial importance of international unity and support to protect the biodiversity of the Maldives. The Agriculture Minister announces that 57% of registered farmers in the Maldives are women. And the Housing Ministry announces that information regarding the land plot selected in the lottery will be made available via SMS and through the Hiawahi portal.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to PSMNEWS in English with me, Hafiza Satar. And now the news in detail. Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy, Tariq Ibrahim, underscores the crucial importance of international unity and support to protect the biodiversity of the Maldives. The remarks were made by the minister during a meeting held with the Executive Secretary of a Convention on Biological Diversity, CBD, Estrid Showmaker. The meeting was held on the sidelines of the 16th Conference of the Parties, COP16.
The discussions primarily focused on the advantages and disadvantages of implementing the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. Minister Tariq shed light on the Maldives' efforts in protecting and preserving biodiversity and the challenges encountered. The minister highlighted the necessity for international support in protecting the biodiversity of the Maldives. Furthermore, Minister Tariq met with the Executive Director of the United Nations Environment Programme, Inger Anderson. Noting that the meeting with the Executive Director was productive, the minister emphasized the key role UNEP plays in the efforts exerted by the Maldives to protect the environment. The COP16 of the CBD is being held in Cali City in Colombia from October 21st to November 1st. Minister Tariq departed to participate in this conference on October 24th. A total of 196 countries participated in the COP16. The Ministry of Climate Change, Environment and Energy stated that discussions will be held to review the convention and to discuss potential measures which can be implemented to protect endangered species. Efforts will also be exerted to review the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, which was drafted in 2022, and ensure that the National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan of countries participating in the convention aligns with the framework.
And now we'll take a short break for Isha prayers. Stay tuned.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وبعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته وارزقنا شفاعته برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
ليست للبيع
and the resumption of commercial activity.
hafta animegen dairo duniyega mashrahuga eta kamen gagande
talata hada kuram eki faharu eki gotak kitan adutan nerito
ದುನಿಯಾಗೆ ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿಗ ಬೊಡೆತಿ ಎತ ನಿಮ್ಮುತಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ
ಲುಬ್ನಾನ್ಗೆ ಬೋರ್ಡರ್ ಆಗಾತುಗ ಯಹೂದಿನ್ ಗಾಮ್ ಕೊ ಫವಾ ತಫಾತಕಿ ಆಬಾದಿತ ಕು ಮೀಹು ಹುಸ್ಕುರನ್ ಜೈ ಫವಾನಿ
ತಹುಜೀಬ ಮುಹನ ದುನಿಯೆಗ ಮಿ ಮೌಲೂಮಾತ ಇಂಗು ಮುಹಿಮ್ಮು ಹಫ್ತಾಗೆ ದುನಿಯೆ ಹೊಣಿಹಿರು ದುವಹುಗೆರೆ ಬಾವಿಸ್ ಕಡಿ ಸುಮ್ಮಿನಟುಗ PSMNEWS
Welcome back to PSMNEWS in English, and now we'll continue with the news. Minister of Agriculture and Animal Welfare, Dr. Aishat Ramila, announces that 57% of registered farmers in the Maldives are women. She shared this information during the CFS Guidelines on Gender Equality and Women and Girls Empowerment Forum, part of the Committee on World Food Security, held in Rome from October 21st to 25th.
Minister Ramila highlighted the Maldives' ongoing efforts to enhance women's role in agriculture and food security, emphasizing their crucial contributions to local food production, including tree cultivation and the sale of agricultural products. However, she pointed out that securing financial assistance remains a significant challenge for women in agriculture. To address this, the government has allocated 30% of its Farmers' Profit Loan program specifically for women farmers. Despite national policies aimed at empowering women, Minister Ramila acknowledged that many women are still hesitant to engage in matters of national importance or fully access economic opportunities. She stressed the importance of increasing women's participation in building a robust and equitable food system in the Maldives, urging them to take the initiative in developing and enhancing the country's agricultural landscape. The minister also explained that international organizations like the UNDP and IFAD are working to provide women with access to technical and financial resources, supporting their leadership in food production.
The Ministry of Housing, Land and Urban Development announces that information regarding the land plot selected in the lottery will be made available via SMS and through the Hiawahi portal.
The lottery draws for the plot will occur on Tuesday at 9 a.m. in Darbaruge. This draw will include participants who have previously received land under the Bimveria scheme, as well as individuals who have already allocated plots, those yet to receive their allocations, and those who have transferred land from Giravarufaru to Gurifaru. Additionally, the minister has released a list categorizing all land recipients in connection with the lottery. A total of 35,020 plots will be allocated, including 669 plots of 1,250 square meters, 1,234 plots of 1,650 square meters, 916 plots of 2,050 square meters, 473 plots of 2,450 square meters, 158 plots of 2,850 square meters, 49 plots of 3,250 square meters, and 21 plots of 3,650 square meters. The list of beneficiaries have been compiled according to the form number assigned to each box, and the draw will proceed in the order of the list. Successful recipients will receive notifications regarding their allocated land via SMS and through the Hiawahi portal. Access to the draw hall will be permitted during the event. Should an individual wish to attend on behalf of the landlord, they must present a letter of no objection from the landlord along with a copy of their identification card. Furthermore, the ministry stated that comprehensive details of the approved land use plan, including block numbers, plot numbers, and lot allocation plans will be accessible on the Hiawahi portal.
The Supplementary Budget Committee approves the appearance of Finance Minister Musa Zamir before the committee. During today's meeting, the committee also decided to summon a Governor of the Maldives Monetary Authority, Ahmad Munawwar, and Auditor General Hussein Niazi. The three officials are scheduled to attend a meeting to discuss the budget tomorrow at 1400 hours. The motion for their appearance was unanimously passed by the committee members present. Parliamentarian Ibrahim Sujau introduced the motion to summon the Finance Minister, the Governor and the Auditor General for a questioning session. He also proposed that voting on the budget should take place following this session, and these proposals were unanimously approved by the committee. Additionally, Parliamentarian Ali Fazad has been appointed as the chairman of the Supplementary Budget Committee, with Parliamentarian Ahmad Salim serving as vice chairman. The government has presented a supplementary budget of $332 million to Parliament. Minister of Finance Musa Zamir submitted this budget to cover state expenses detailing $97.3 million for recurrent cost and $227 million for capital expenditures. Chief Justice Hussein Shahid of the High Court emphasizes that the benefits of the state justice system can only be realized if both human and structural resources are accessible to all state entities. He made these remarks during the launch of the High Court's Strategic Action Plan 2025 to 2027.
In his address, Chief Justice Shahid reflected on the court's evolution as an appellate court over its 44 years history, attributing this growth to efforts aimed at strengthening judicial processes. He acknowledged the disparity between the public's expectations for an orderly trial process, swift action to justice, and modern technological integration, and the current realities of the judicial system. He stressed that it is the High Court's responsibility to meet these expectations. The newly launched Strategic Action Plan aims to enhance the court's operations through effective case management, fostering public confidence in the justice system, and modernizing processes in collaboration with sector partners. Chief Justice Shahid announced plans to establish an e-High Court to facilitate a paperless environment and create a capable team to improve the working atmosphere. He also reported that efforts to modernize the court's administrative structure have commenced, with a new structure submitted for approval to the relevant authorities. Acknowledging that the challenges posed by legal changes, he urged that court perspectives should be considered during law design, while also highlighting budgetary constraints and administrative hurdles. The High Court serves as the primary appellate court for cases decided by 187 magistrate courts across 20 atolls, as well as 5 superior courts and tribunals in Malé City.
More than 500 complaints are filed against decisions made by the Prosecutor General's office during the previous tenure, following the newly appointed Prosecutor General Abbas Sharif opening a channel for grievances regarding the office's actions. Prosecutor General Sharif reports that he has received numerous complaints through various channels, leading to the establishment of a formal complaint system on the website and at various branches of the Prosecutor General's office to address these concerns. According to Prosecutor General's office, the committee has received a total of 539 complaints before the closure of the submission period. A special committee has been tasked with reviewing charges submitted to the prosecutor's office and complaints concerning the custody of arrested or detained individuals. The primary role of this committee is to advise the Prosecutor General on ongoing proceedings related to the charges currently filed in court and on applications for custody review for individuals detained for criminal offences. Prosecutor General Abbas Sharif has emphasized his commitment to addressing issues within the office, stating that changes will be implemented in the system and certain regulations amended to enhance its effectiveness. Maldives Inland Revenue Authority MERA announces that Maldives has been appointed to the Management Committee of the Commonwealth Association of Tax Administrators, CATA, and the Regional Director of CATA's Asia region. MERA said that the appointment was made during the 23rd Annual General Meeting, AGM, of CATA held in Mauritius, East Africa. The AGM was held from October 21st to 25th. The Maldives was appointed to the Management Committee twice previously, with MERA fulfilling the role of the Regional Director during the previous tenure. The Maldives was first appointed to the committee in 2012. Established in 1978, CATA aims to develop effective tax administration in its 47 member countries through knowledge sharing of best practices, conferences, training programs, and publications. It is now one of the biggest organizations at the global scale. The conference was held in the Maldives in 2023. This year's annual technical conference of CATA saw a voting session take place to elect a chairman and a president for the organization. While Malaysia was elected as the president of CATA, Mauritius was elected as the chairman. Maldives Ports Limited MPL highlights the demand for C2A Cargo services, revealing plans to expand the services in the future. Speaking on the progress made by this service, a general manager of MPL, Talhat Said, stated that the number of airlines collaborating in its C2A Cargo transshipment services has increased to 7, with products being re-exported to 13 countries. MPL introduced C2A Cargo services in the Maldives, facilitating the transportation of goods to the nation by sea, which are then delivered to various global destinations by air. The service is a joint effort between MPL, Maldives State Shipping MSS, Maldives Airports Company Limited MSCL, and International Airlines. The C2A service offers a quick alternative for transporting goods from exporting countries to selected destinations. One of the key advantages for the Maldives is the abundance of flights to numerous countries, particularly across Europe. The hybrid C2A model provides an efficient and fast method for moving goods, catering to the needs of businesses and industries in the region. It also enhances the speed and reliability of freight services. Rows of robotic arms move with precision to assemble nickel-based battery cells on the production line at Indonesia's inaugural electric vehicle battery plant, the first in Southeast Asia. After being chosen by a joint venture of South Korea's Hyundai and LG for the $1.1 billion factory, Indonesia is now looking to boost investment to give it an edge in the race to become a regional EV hub.
When he opened the West Java plant in July, then President Joko Widodo said that such investments would make Southeast Asia's biggest economy an important global player in the EV supply chain. But while the country boasts the world's largest nickel reserves, analysts pointed out that it still faces a battle owing to its poor processing and refining capacity, environmental worries, and the rise in other types of batteries. It also has some way to go to rival Thailand, which Krungsri Bank said had a market share of 78% of Southeast Asia's EV sales as of early 2023, with Indonesia following with 8%. Hyundai said that the new factory was a commitment to helping the archipelago become a supercharged Southeast Asian EV maker. The government has unveiled a number of incentives to boost the EV market, including a luxury good tax exemption that has boosted sales and seen a flurry of key brands entering Indonesia's 28 million strong market, including China's BYD and Vietnam's VinFast. More than 23,000 battery-powered cars were sold to dealers between January and August this year, compared with 17,000 in all of 2023, as the Indonesian Automotive Association data showed. Under the regulations unveiled last year, EVs imported to Indonesia are free of duties until 2025 if companies commit to building production facilities and producing as many cars in the country as they import by the end of 2027. Local media reported that Chinese automaker Wuling announced a plan last month to produce EV batteries at its Indonesia factory by the end of 2024. While Indonesia aims to become one of the world's top 3 producers of EV batteries, investment in the sector remains relatively low.
Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei on Sunday said Israel's attack on the Islamic Republic should neither be exaggerated nor minimized.
On a social media post, Khamenei said that the evil perpetrated by the Zionist regime 2 nights ago must not be exaggerated or minimized. Without elaborating, he described the deadly attack as a miscalculation. On Saturday, Israel carried out airstrikes against military sites in Iran in response to Tehran's missile attack on October 1st, itself a retaliation for the killing of Iran-backed militant leaders and a Revolutionary Guards commander. At least 4 Iranian soldiers were killed in the attack, which Iran said caused limited damage to few radar systems. The Israeli military has warned Tehran against responding. Iranian officials and media have since downplayed the Israeli strikes, highlighting Iran's defensive capabilities, but issued no voice of a direct response. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian paid tribute to the killed soldiers, hailing their efforts in defending their land without fear. Experts characterized Israel's latest strikes as a calculated show of force in a conflict that has long been threatened to engulf the region. However, they believe a broader escalation into a regional war remains unlikely. By hitting Iran's missile factories, Israel is likely hoping to blunt a potent weapon the Islamic Republic has used against the country in recent months. Iran has hit Israel directly 2 times this year, once in April and the other time on October 1st, with massive missile barrages that were mostly neutralized by Israeli air defense. However, some missiles were able to slip through. There were also no reports of mass civilian casualties or damages to Iran's economic infrastructure, which may provide a route for de-escalation between the two foes while earning Israel praise from its US backers.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto gave up one hit into the 7th inning. Teoscar Hernandez and Freddie Freeman hit back-to-back home runs, and the Los Angeles Dodgers delivered a 4-2 victory over the visiting New York Yankees on Saturday to take a 2-0 World Series lead.
Tommy Edman also hit a home run, while Yamamoto allowed 1 run and 2 walks with 4 strikeouts, helping the Dodgers move 2 wins away from their first World Series title since 2020 and their first after a fuller regular season since 1988. The series shifts to New York for the next 3 contests, starting with Game 3 on Monday. Game 4 is Tuesday and Game 5, if necessary, is Wednesday. The Dodgers took a 1-0 lead in the 2nd inning when the switch-hitting Edman hit a home run into the left field corner against Rodon while battling from the left side. It was his 2nd home run of the postseason to go along with the 13 RBIs for the National League Championship Series MVP. Soto tied 1-1 in the 3rd with a blast into the right field corner against Yamamoto, his 4th of the postseason. The Dodgers moved in front 3-1 in the bottom of the 3rd on a 2-run home run from Hernandez, his 3rd of these playoffs, while Freeman followed with a drive to right field in nearly the same spot. He hit his grand slam that ended Game 1. It was just the 19th time a team has hit back-to-back home runs in the World Series, with only one other occurrence by the Dodgers coming in Game 5 in 1981 against the Yankees by Pedro Guerrero and Steve Yeager.
In Morocco's southeastern desert, a rare downpour has brought lakes and ponds back to life, with locals and tourists hailing it as a gift from the heavens.
In Mazoga, an attractive tourist town some 600 kilometers southeast of the capital Rabat, the once sparse golden dunes are now dotted with replenished ponds and lakes. Local tour guides Lake expressed how happy they are about the recent rains. Tour guides say that the rain has drawn even more visitors to the tourist area, now particularly eager to witness this odd transformation. A French tourist and a regular visitor to the region said rainfall has proved a blessing from the sky. Locals told that the basin had been barren for nearly 20 years. Last year was Morocco's driest in 80 years, with a 48% drop in rainfall, according to an October report from the General Directorate of Meteorology (DGM). But in September, torrential rains triggered floods in southern parts of Morocco, killing at least 28 people according to the authorities. The rare heavy rains come as North Africa Kingdom grapples with its worst drought in nearly 40 years, threatening its economically crucial agriculture sector. The kingdom's meteorological agency described the recent massive rainfall as exceptional. It attributed it to an unusual shift of the intertropical convergence zone, the equatorial region where winds from northern and southern hemispheres meet, causing thunderstorms and heavy rainfall. Experts say climate change is making extreme weather events such as storms, droughts more frequent and intense. In Morocco's south, the rains have helped partially fill some reservoirs and replenish groundwater aquifers. But for those levels to significantly rise, experts say the rain would need to continue over a longer period of time. The rest of the country is still grappling with drought, now in its 6th consecutive year, jeopardizing the agricultural sector that employs over a third of Morocco's workforce.
And that's all we have for this hour. Thank you for watching. Wish you all a very pleasant time ahead.